Hello and welcome to episode 5 of A Touch of Madness with your host, Madness. Today I'm going to talk about the Voyager programs that NASA did back in the 70s, 1977 to be exact. I'm going to be 40 years old here pretty soon. So are the Voyager programs, so that's why I'm doing this video on the Voyager program. This is going to be more of an educational recap. What I'm going to talk about is the Voyager pretty much programs. Pretty much for you people that don't know about these things. Okay, the Voyager program is a continuing scientific American program that employs two robotic probes, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Now these are two different robotic things, which I'm going to show you a picture of. This is what the Voyagers look like, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Now if you can see at the bottom of the panel underneath the satellite dish, you see the golden record down there. We'll talk about that later. But both robotic probes look like this. They're pretty much twins, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Alright, these things were launched to study the outer solar system, the outer edges of our solar system. They were launched in 1977 to take advantage of a favorable alignment of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And they're now exploring the outer boundaries of the heliosphere in interstellar space. These things are pretty much out there floating around. I mean, they keep sending information back. We keep receiving information. And they're still floating in two different opposite directions in space to be found, really, is what they're doing. They want to be found. These things, we want them to be found by any kind of alien civilization, any kind of anything out there that's in space, so we know that we're not alone. Or even in the future, for future reasons. It could be in a million years in the future these things will be found. Even though their original mission was to study the planetary systems of Jupiter and Saturn by Voyager 1, Voyager 2 continued on to Uranus and Neptune. On August 25th, 2012, data from Voyager 1 indicated that it had become the first human-made object to enter interstellar space. The first thing to ever enter interstellar space, which is outside of our solar system. The heliosphere, if you guys don't know, is kind of like an outer bubble that protects our sun from, it protects our solar system from interstellar space. It's kind of like if you used to run water in your kitchen sink, and if you notice you run the water, the water separates from where that water is hitting the point of the sink. If you look at that certain point of your sink while you're running the water, you'll see the water on the outside of the sink, and that part's not being touched. That's kind of like with the heliosphere of our solar system. So these things indicated that it had become the first human-made object to enter interstellar space, traveling further than anyone or anything in our history. Voyager 2 entered interstellar space in 2016, as Voyager 1 did in 2012. Both probes carry a 12-inch phonographic record. They have a record on them. Okay. Symbolic directions on the covers of the records of how to play the record, and data detailing the location of our planet, where we're at in the universe, where we're at in the whole universe. It has data detailing all of that. Now I'm going to try to quote somebody that I've seen before, and his name is Stephen Hawking. And I don't know if I'm going to get it word for word, but I believe when he found out about this, he said, I don't think it was a good idea to roll out the welcoming mat to any alien civilization, which is pretty smart. Why are you going to... I don't know. But anyways, it was for two good reasons. To try to find alien life, or for alien life to find us. So, but I recommend that you watch this little clip that I compromised here. It's a 9-minute clip. It talks about the Voyagers. I recommend you stay tuned and watch it. And then after that, we'll come back to me and we'll talk about the golden record. And then I'll show you a clip of what the pictures some pictures that are on the Golden Record and some sounds from the Golden Record. So stay tuned. Here we go to the first clip about the Voyagers.
They are part of an ancient quest to push beyond our boundaries, to see what lies beyond the horizon. Now, tens of billions of kilometers from Earth, two spacecraft are streaking out into the void. What will we learn about the galaxy, the universe, and ourselves from Voyager's epic journey to the stars? Now, after more than 3.5 decades of successful operations, the twin spacecraft are sending back information on their flight into interstellar space. Along the way, they have revealed a solar system rich beyond our imagining. The journey was made possible by a rare alignment of the planets, a configuration that occurs only once every 176 years. That enabled the craft to go from planet to planet, accelerating as they entered the gravitational field of one, then flying out to the next. The Voyagers carried a battery of scientific equipment to collect data on the unknown worlds in their path. That included a pair of Vidicom cameras and a data transfer rate slower than a dial-up modem. They are primitive by today's standards, but that didn't stop them from returning a flurry of discoveries. Voyager 1 sailed down to within 124,000 kilometers of Saturn's cloud tops. That's 1/3 the distance between the Earth and the Moon. It found that Saturn's atmosphere is almost entirely hydrogen and helium. It is the only planet in our solar system that is less dense than water. Voyager 1 headed north, above the plane of the solar system. 5 years later, and over 1.5 billion kilometers beyond Saturn, Voyager 2 reached Uranus. After 12 years on the road, Voyager 2 now sped toward its rendezvous with Neptune. The planet appears blue because methane in its atmosphere absorbs most of the red in the light spectrum. Remarkably, Voyager 2 flew by Neptune only 35 kilometers off its chartered course and only 1 second off its scheduled flyby time. Skimming over 5,000 kilometers above the planet's north pole, Voyager found Neptune to be a giant ball of melted rock and ice. Cloaked in hydrogen, helium, and methane gases, its atmosphere is whipped by winds of 1,000 kilometers per hour. Flying in closer than any spacecraft has come to one of the outer planets, Voyager 2 discovered at least 4 complete rings of ice and rock, 6 new moons, and a great dark spot, a hurricane the size of Earth, raging in Neptune's southern hemisphere. The storm circles the planet every 18 hours and rotates around its own axis every 16 days. Oddly, the largest of Neptune's 8 moons, Triton, orbits in the opposite direction to the planet's spin. Leaving Neptune, Voyager 2 snapped one of the most remarkable pictures ever taken. Neptune and its cold moon Triton, framed by the dim light of the sun. The Voyagers brought their own message in a bottle, a disc encoded with images of life on Earth, greetings in 55 languages, a selection of music, messages, and natural sounds.
And here was this Noah's Ark of human culture that was being sent to the outer planets and then beyond to wander in the interstellar darkness for 1 billion years. On Valentine's Day, 1990, Voyager 1 looked homeward, and what did it find? Not the frame-filling Apollo Earth, but instead that one pixel Earth. That's here. That's home.
13 years after launch, in the year 1990, the Voyager craft finally began their journey into the galaxy at large. Meanwhile, they're delivering a whole new view of the galaxy in ultraviolet light. From Earth, this light is normally blocked by the haze of particles at the edge of the solar system. Scientists are able to capture this light from other galaxies because their wavelength has been shifted slightly by their journey through space. Because ultraviolet light reveals the location of vigorous starbirth, it is providing a new window on the evolution of our galaxy. The Voyagers will keep sending back this and other valuable data sets until their power begins to run out. They'll finally go dead around the year 2025. Voyager 2 will be heading south toward the constellation Sagittarius. Traveling at 16 kilometers per second, it is expected to pass 4 light years from Sirius, the brightest star in the heavens, 290,000 years from now. Its twin will continue on a northward track to a relatively empty region of our solar neighborhood. They will become silent emissaries from planet Earth, symbols of our boundless curiosity and aspiration. At the same time, Voyager's journey into the vast and forbidding oceans of interstellar space reminds us how closely our fate is tied to our home planet. The twin craft will wander the galaxy undisturbed for millions, even billions of years. They will endure long after everything else man has built has crumbled to dust. Compared to Voyager, we are living on borrowed time. For mammalian species only lasts on average about 1 million years. Our ability to follow them into deep space will take a new perspective on time and distance, beyond the short years and decades of human activities. We'll continue to track Voyager's slow but remarkable journey, while our civilizations and our planet change and evolve in the cosmic blink of an eye.
Well, that video is very interesting. I hope you learned some stuff about the Voyager. Now we're going to talk about the Golden Record. I want to show you a picture of the Golden Record. This is what the golden records look like. There's one on each. It's both sides of the records, one on each probe. On the one side is the record, and the other side has symbolic directions of how to get to planet Earth, shows how to play the record, and etc., etc. Like I said, the golden record had noises of the Earth, sounds of the Earth, pictures of the Earth on the record. For any alien life form or anything that was to pick this up, to find this. In the future now, 20 years, 1,000 years, million years, whatever, to find these probes that would play the record, that would hear this and see this. Here's a small preview, a small video that I made with the sounds, some sounds, and some pictures of what they would find on this clip. And that will conclude this week's episode after you watch this clip. That will conclude this episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me the thumbs up, and then give me a like, subscribe, follow me on YouTube, Madness77, and I'll see you in episode 6.
As the Secretary General of the United Nations, an organization of 147 member states who represent almost all of the human inhabitants of the planet Earth, I send greetings on behalf of the people of our planet. We step out of our solar system into the universe seeking only peace and friendship, to teach if we are called upon, to be taught if we are fortunate. We know full well that our planet and all its inhabitants are but a small part of this immense universe that surrounds us, and it is with humility and hope that we take this step.
Silema gemen, oitinis poteste chairete, eirenikos pros philos eleluthamen philoi.
Paz e felicidade a todos.
各位好嘛，祝各位平安健康快樂。
Adanish lushulmu.
Здравствуйте, приветствую вас.
สวัสดีค่ะสหายนายธรณีพลพวกเราในธรณีนี้ขอส่งมิตรจิตมาถึงท่านทุกคน
تحياتنا للأصدقاء في النجوم يا ليت يجمعنا الزمان.
Salutări la toată lumea.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Mae lakmia.
Shalom.
Hola y saludos a todos. Selamat malam hadirin sekalian. Selamat berpisah dan sampai bertemu lagi di lain waktu.
Kay pachamatna, pitapas, maitapas, rimapayast, runasimip.
Audigiano.
Ashuli.
Namaskar. Bishe Shanti Hok.
Salvete quicumque estis. Bonam erga vos voluntatem habemus, et pacem per astra ferimus. Shalom.
Hartelijke groeten aan iedereen.
Herzliche Grüße an alle.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम हम ज़मीन के रहने वालों की तरफ से आपको खुश आमदीद कहते हैं.
Chân thành gửi tới các bạn lời chào thân hữu.
Sayın Türkçe bilen arkadaşlarımız, sabah şeriflerinize hayırlı olsun.
Konnichiwa, o genki desu ka?
Puru Tiketak Bakwe